Nearly 42 million people in the United States play fantasy football every year just to get in on the action.
You're watching the games every weekend anyway, so why not, have a cheering interest in some of the players? And, everyone likes to compete against their friends anyway.
Ty Ward started a business 10 years ago called Big Game Software. He designs fantasy software for all types of companies, except for the two biggest players, FanDuel and DraftKings, and it's hard to miss the ads for those two fantasy sites.
The biggest difference would be that we don't, those sites don't have billions of dollars at their disposal. They're not spamming everything with advertising.
For Iowans, the cash prizes promised by the fantasy sites are just that, a fantasy.
The key to it that makes the big fantasy leagues illegal is a prohibition against people winning or losing more than $200 in a 24-hour period.
The Iowa legislature modified the law last year by increasing the amount you can gamble from $50 to the now $200. Iowa State Senator Mark Shelgren voted to expand fantasy competitions, but says he's not sure how likely it will be that sites like FanDuel and DraftKings will become legal.
What comes down to it is a state-by-state regulatory process, and these two organizations have pretty much survived by offering their services in between the lines of games of skill and games of chance.
The Unlawful Internet Gaming Enforcement Act of 2006 was designed to prohibit trading money through the use of the internet and gambling. The law had an exception for fantasy football, saying it wasn't gambling, but rather a game of skill.
That really is what legalized a lot of the big money games that are going on right now.
The federal law left state bans like Iowa's in place, and now other states like New York are trying to reclassify the sites as gambling. Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller says fantasy leagues are fine when it's a group of friends just having fun. But a look at FanDuel and DraftKings payouts strongly suggest winning takes more luck than football knowledge.
You have significant players that enter very many entries, and you know that 1.3% of the participants take home 80 to 90% of the money. Then it becomes much more like gaming than a game of skill.
Ty Ward sees the site continuing to expand in popularity, forcing states like Iowa to make it legal.
Hopefully someday I'll be able to play on my, on some sites and play the game that I like.
Reporting in Ottumwa, Iowa, Alex Wilson, KTVO News.